keep your energy high. And like I said, um, if like I said, if you're in a social setting, people will want to come close to you and want to talk their butts off. But it's up to you to manage who gets your time. Yo, yo, yo! It's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about why women feel your energy. If you have a job or if you're in a public setting, women will start feeling your energy when you go on semen retention. They will feel your energy from miles and miles away, and it really is up to you to on what you really want to do with them. They will try to do everything to get closer to you, bruh. It's annoying at some point. It really gets annoying because here you are, just a normal man, just trying to get yours, do whatever you have to do, and you have people that you might not be attracted to, or you could be. It really doesn't matter, but they'll come for your energy. They'll literally do anything to talk to you, to get closer to you, especially if you're at the gym, bro. It gets too much, bro. It gets way too much when you go on when you retain, especially older women. Especially if you're like, it just gets to the point where like it gets to the point where you really can't be giving the time of day to everybody. You can't be giving the time of day to every single person, because not every single person deserves your energy. Not every single person deserves your wisdom. Not every single person deserves to be in the room with you. Not every single person deserves to be around you. And the thing is, like, it really matters what you give your attention to. It really matters what you really like to give your attention to. Because if you keep giving your attention to literally BS, like low vibrational things, negative news, the news media, murder trials, and things like that, you're lowering your vibration. And especially if there's one thing, if you sleep with the news on, what was really happening, you're letting your subconscious accept fear into your life. And now fear is all you'll know. Whatever you're impressing your subconscious on mostly is what will tend to materialize into your life. So if you have a fear-stricken state of mind, and you just are very negative and just very low vibrational, just being ignorant can lead to negativity, and just very low vibrational, what you're gonna attract is just the worst possible case scenarios. You're gonna notice if you're working that you won't catch the red lights anymore. The traffic lights, there's gonna be a lot more traffic in general. You're gonna get the worst out of your boss. It's just not gonna go as well. So I mean, the best thing is to protect yourself. Protect what you give your attention to. Protect the type of people you like to entertain, because not everybody deserves your energy. Not everybody deserves your energy. And the thing is, like I said, if you have a job, if you do something in social situations, and there might be women around, or even men alike, they might want to talk to you a lot longer than expected, because semen retention helps you become a better communicator. We have all these dudes who like to bust meaninglessly to people, and then their energy levels are lower, or just they're lower, so they can't think from a critical type of standpoint. They think low vibrational. They think very shallow. They don't have a deeper way of thinking. And I mean, this is a big problem if you really want to make it into this world, because if you always take someone else's word for it without ever having to critically think, never ever having to go into a deeper way of thinking, never ever having to just like form your own conclusions and think a way out, then it's just gonna be like you're always gonna get a shorter end of the stick. Someone is always gonna give you a shorter end of the stick. Like an example is, like, if you accept a job offer, and this company is paying you like 2,000 a month, but there's another job that can pay you like 4 or 5 more thousand a month, but you don't think about anything else and you just accept it, then you might be just you're selling yourself short. There is a book called The Science of Selling Yourself Short. And like I said, if you're in a social situation, if you're in a work environment, men, even women and men alike, are just going to want to just talk their butts off around you just because they feel like you're listening and you have good empathy, and they can get along with you. Like an example for me is like when I used to do door-to-door sales, like there would be some times where I would do some of the customers that I knocked on their doors. They would just be they would talk so long. They would start opening themselves up to me, talking about things in their family and things like that. And I mean, I understood, and it is part of the process, but at some point you really have to cut it off, and then you have to just keep going on, because people like to talk to people who think who think that they're good listeners and they're good communicators. And this is a skill. Also, what I know is when you do go in semen retention, when I did do the door sales job, I would just be getting more appointments when I was on semen retention, as opposed to relapsing, because I just had I was just probably more masculine, more dominant, more alpha, and this transmuted to my results in my job. And like I said, like, be very wary of where you place your attention, because there's a lot of things happening in the world right now. There is a lot of things happening in the world right now, and people who are drifters will get distracted very, very easily. They will get distracted very easily. They will watch the news for 12 hours a day, not really do anything to higher their vibration, not doing anything to really do anything to help themselves if they're in a worse situation. And then they wonder why they're complaining about their life. They're complaining about this. They're following the rules. Bro, there are no rules to this. Everybody is an abundant being who is supposed to govern themselves, but people are relying on the system. People are victim stricken. People rely on external forces to do their bidding for them. They're too domesticated. They're too reliant on the system, on a paycheck. They're too reliant on it. They don't change their habits. They're just too reliant on other forces to make their bidding. And I mean, if you keep doing this, like, eventually you're gonna get burned. You really have to realize where you like to place your attention to, because like I said, if it's the news media that gets your if it's the news media that has your that usually is the one that you're keeping attention to, they will lower your vibration. They will lower your vibration, and I mean, things will just not happen. So make sure you put your attention to the best. So yeah, they will lower your vibration, and like I said, best it's just best to keep very wary of where you place your attention to. Your attention is literally the number one important thing, because if you keep your attention to things that lower your mood, and then once your attention is off of that, you're gonna carry that mood into other areas of your life, and then it's just gonna be very bad. And then if you consistently do this, you're just gonna have bad results, like I said. So yeah, keep your energy high, and like I said, if you're in a social setting, people will want to come close to you and want to talk their butts off, but it's up to you to manage who gets your time and attention and who doesn't. Because like I said, there's leeches, there's unbelievers out there. There's people who don't believe in certain things until they see it. And also there's people who believe in things before it materializes in the physical. And you really have to have a good head on your shoulders, because in this physical reality, not everybody is your friend. Not everybody wants your best interest. So make sure you're doing the things that you need to do to one, higher your vibration, and just be in a very good state of mind. The best thing that you can do for yourself is to live in a good mood, is to be in a good mood 24/7, because then you can look at the positive side of things. You can look at the positive side of things, and you can start being more creative in your life, because if you're in a lower vibration, you don't think things are possible. You don't think things are possible. If you're not taking inspiration in every single day, you just don't think things are possible, and your life will continue to be mediocre. Your life will continue to be mediocre. So, I mean, just make sure you meditate. And the thing about meditation also is, if you meditate, you're clearing your mind, and now you're allowing better thoughts to bear fruit and to stick. Because the thing is, one bad thought leads to another bad thought. Like attracts like, one bad thought germinates to another bad thought, and then you're living in you're just in a bad state of mind, and then you're attracting bad from people. Like another thing, an example is, I used to work with this woman, and she was a very low vibrational person. And there was a time where she went in the office, and I was right behind her, but I didn't say anything just because. But the thing is, she turned back and she got really scared. She got really scared of me, and she thought that I was, and she basically just got very scared of me. And that just goes to show that you attract the things that you are most scared about. If that makes sense. Like the video, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.